No one has interviewed more world leaders than Christiane Amanpour. No one has broke more international news than Christiane Amanpour. She is like everywhere. She is one of the best journalists of all times. Her interviews are always the best. They are informational, educational, and most importantly, on point. She made sure that the viewers get the best out of all of her interviews. She was on The Daily Show with my favorite person, Trevor Noah. Well, I just want to say something. Like I mentioned in my opening statement, Christiane Amanpour is one of the best journalists in the whole world. One of the very, very best. And she has broke more stories than any other journalist I know of. I have watched her for a very long time now because I am someone who really love watching the news. So I have followed her reporting and also her interviews for a very long time. And believe me when I tell you that she is one of the best, and her interviews are always on point. When you watch her interviews, you come out learning something new. She is great at her job. Now, I just have to say this. No matter who you are, when you have a program with somebody and you have already scheduled the time that the program has to begin, make sure you are on time. It is very disrespectful to schedule a program with somebody and then you go on doing your own things. It's really, really poor for someone to schedule a time and then the other person is there waiting for him or her, and then he or she is doing something, maybe eating breakfast and doing whatever, and you have to wait for the person to finish. So I think it's really, really disrespectful to Amanpour because you must understand she is a high class journalist. She is the very top of journalists around the world. She is like here, like this high. So I just want to, people need their full right. And in the 21st century, it's really, really wrong for you to impose dressing code on people. I think you can educate them to dress decently, but you cannot impose on them how they should dress. As a matter of fact, right now, Iran is undergoing a very, very serious protest. People are protesting, so it's really serious. This is something that most people have to learn. If we have an arrangement, if we have an agreement, and then you come at the last minute and start changing things, it's really, really unfair. And it's really, really unprofessional of you to do that. And if you do that to me, or if someone does that to you, you have the right to just back out. Do not give in, because if they are trying to strong arm you or they are trying to take you for granted, then it is your place to say no. She made the best decision to cancel everything altogether. I really admire people who stand up for their rights. I really admire people who stood their grounds no matter the situation, no matter what they were going through. They stood their grounds, they held their principles up high, and they did not give in to pressure. I really admire people like that. Yeah. And I hope this should be like a awakening call to all of us to understand that we all have our rights and we must uphold our rights to make sure that people of power do not take it away from us. Christiane Amanpour stood her grounds. She said everything can go to hell. But she wasn't going to wear a headscarf just because the Iranian president demanded it. Sometimes I really do not understand what is wrong with countries that practice Islam and their women. The men in those countries do whatever it takes to suppress their women. Reason I do not understand. Why do you have to force them to wear the headscarf? Why do you have to force them to dress in a certain way where you, the men, dress the way you want, go anywhere you want? Another country that has strict restrictions on women is Afghanistan. Women cannot go to certain places without a male companion. Women need to get married within a certain age limit. Women cannot do this, women cannot do that. While the men can do whatever they like. Sometimes when I hear these things or when I see things like this, they make me laugh. Because I would think that our leaders in Africa are too authoritarian. That all what they do is trying to suppress us, to dominate us. You cannot talk the way you want. You cannot point fingers at us. You cannot protest. You cannot demand anything from us by force. But you can dress the way you want. It's so sad. And I really enjoy this conversation between Christiane Amanpour and Trevor Noah. Like I mentioned before, Trevor is one of my best buddy. I consider him as a mentor. I look up to him. He's a great guy. So I really love the way he does things. To you guys out there, what do you think about this conversation between Christiane Amanpour and Trevor Noah? Do you think she was professional enough to have cancelled the interview with the president of Iran? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And if you came across any story on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, or even on TikTok that you thought it was worth sharing with the rest of the world, please send it to us through any of our social media platforms. You can find them on this channel description section. You can also support us with $1 or more through the crowdfunding website Patreon, or directly to us through our personal PayPal account. Find all related links on how you can support us on this channel description section. You have no idea how far your supports and donations will take us, and we shall be very grateful. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.